Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Hot Mic. I'll be your host, Maven, and we've got some of the best CWL players in the world. We're going to go through, kind of talk personal stories, talk gameplay, but it should be a lot of fun. I'm joined here by Decimate from Team EnVy, Kenny from Team Kaliber, and Faccento from Echo Fox. Let's get right into it, because we've got a wild, really final week here to determine the top four for playoffs. We're going to kick it off with the CWL debrief. We're going to be talking through a lot of the key matchups here down the stretch for Division A, but I do want to start off with one of the crazier moments here from last week. This is a Game 5, Round 11, EG, Red Reserve. We'll let it roll. In these rounds where Red hasn't got that pick, it's where they fell apart. Now they have to do it on gunfights. The smoke is in. Apathy already gets some shots in. There's Assault with the first blood. EG has the man advantage. EG can do it. Joe, though, takes Silly out of the round. Oh, Zero lines up too. Zero gets it. Oh my God, Red!
Silly.
Red with the retake.
That was all miscommunication.
Nah, Silly got ripped off bomb heavy.
Yeah, but like it was smoke.
What the heck? So I guess what I want to hear from you guys is obviously that was a crazy round. Desmond, we can start with you. What do you think has been the biggest problem with EG's just big slide they've had in Search and Destroy?
Yeah, I think with Bevel's coming on as a coach, they just had some like initial strats and it was going well for them, but at the end of the day, like S&D's all teamwork and clutching up, and they just haven't been doing it recently.
So people figuring them out a little bit, and just those mid-round decisions not going their way?
Maybe watching like VODs and stuff.
Well, Kenny, one thing you mentioned in that final play, you said you think it's a communication thing. Is that where it maybe?
I think the game, that round 11 was definitely miscommunication, but also the struggles do come from like mid-round like decision making. I feel like if you all set up in a bomb like that and it's smoke, like it has to come down to communication because they can only come through one door and up top Red. So like,
well, Assault got the first pick too, so it was like a 4v3 with bomb play. You should win that 99% of the time. I feel like
every time.
Unless you still have grenades or you have streaks to work with. They had neither, and they're still able to take it. Faccento, for you, what's wrong with EG?
Yeah, I actually watched that game, and that was the second time that Red smoked in. They should have not thrown their nades that round and held their nades, and when the smoke came, throw the nades at the door. Right. So that's like an easy fix. They're not adjusting mid-round or mid-map. They're not
figuring it out. They're making the right plays. Yeah, yeah.
Their strats go the way they want them to. They don't.
Perfect. You described that. You described that brilliantly.
Exactly.
But I guess what I want to transition this into is sort of EG's been falling apart a little bit. They've been able to win series, obviously, when they take all the respawns, but when Search and Destroy, when you're struggling this much, they're struggling to win series. So we talk all the way back to stage 1. Obviously a very different roster, but they were in a way in control of their destiny. They had won like 4 in a row. They had a good chance to get top 4. They lose to Epsilon and things fall apart. Now they're 7-4. You feel like they're sitting pretty, but does everyone here kind of share the belief that EG still is not safe?
Yeah,
they're definitely
they have a tough road.
Yeah.
Who do they have?
They play FaZe, TK, EnVy.
I think, is anyone even safe, even Red? Like, technically?
No, technically. I think I was talking to Chance a little bit. He said there is a chance. It's like 6 teams could be 8-6 or something like that. Like, it's probably not going to happen, but it's possible. Even Red's not technically safe.
Oh, okay.
Which is nuts. I mean, Epsilon's obviously out of the hunt right now.
Epsilon's going to beat someone. And I played them.
I already played them, so I'm good.
So they play Red, then Epsilon play Splice and Team EnVy, and then Epsilon close out with Echo Fox. So they could maybe beat Splice.
We're the last match?
Yeah, you are the last match.
See, that's sketchy.
Imagine it comes down to that. You have to beat Epsilon to get in.
I'd be so mad.
Well, hopefully you could seal it up before that. But let's go through and talk about each team a little bit now. Epsilon, I'm not going to spend much time on. They're playing spoiler. They might have a chance coming to beat somebody, but that's really all they're playing for right now. Let's talk a little bit about Division A, and specifically let's talk about Splice. So Splice are 4-7. They needed to perform better last week. What went wrong for them, Kenny? Like, why do you think they're not a little bit higher up in the standings and they're in this tough spot they're in?
Like I said, Josh is like the key factor for them. So like Josh has been playing really good, and plus like Vance has been playing amazing. So I feel like it's only just coming down to a teamwork thing because like, I mean, when they get outslayed, they get slightly outslayed because like obviously like they're two like lower, like I guess you can say skilled players have been playing amazing. So I feel like it just comes down to a teamwork thing, and like Josh brings the hype. So like it's just only a miscommunication and like teamwork thing when it comes down to Splice because I feel like they don't get outslayed like heavy.
Well, they're not technically out of it yet, but they're in trouble. If you looked at the percentage, like their odds chance of getting in, it's not good. But Faccento, when you first saw this division, like was that a team that you thought would be a little bit more in the hunt for top 4?
No, they're out of it.
Think they're out of it?
Yeah, they're out of it. No, coming into the league, there's 7 teams that everyone was looking at besides Epsilon.
Yeah.
And they were one of them. So I kind of agree with Kenny. I think they're all nitpicking at each other. They're not trusting each other, and it's just they're failing.
Well, let's keep going through it because I think I tend to agree with you. Are they technically out? No, but more than likely they're going to be on the outside looking in come the $500,000 playoff. Next up, let's talk about FaZe. Decimate, they won Stage 1 playoffs, obviously. They didn't make a change afterwards. You know, this is a team that you always think can click, but they're in a tough spot, too. They're absolutely in a battle now to get the top 4. Can you say they've been maybe the biggest disappointment of Division A?
I mean, before Stage 1, like, before they won that, they were pretty much going to break up. So I just think, like, their team just kind of, like, failed back then. I don't even know how they pulled off that win, but...
well, that grand final was insane.
Yeah, they ended up getting that win, and then they just thought they might as well stick together, but they're probably, like, facing some of their same issues they had, like, beforehand. Seeing, like, old FaZe things.
FaZe haven't been got to fix it yet, and now they've got to make a run. Because FaZe, if I remember correctly, who do they have to go through? So FaZe, I had them all here for a reason. They have to go through EG, they've got to go through Echo Fox, and then I believe, is it Team Kaliber? Yeah, Team Kaliber to wrap up the week. So they have 3 really tough matches.
I mean, if Attach doesn't run through an artillery barrage, this would be a team.
Yeah, right. It might come down to that play he makes in the round 11, certainly. But next up, Decimate, it's going to be the EnVy squad. You guys, you and I talked a little bit before the show, and you said the Splice loss kind of stuck in your mind as being one where you really needed to get a victory. Do you still seem poised to make a run this week, though?
Yeah, definitely. I think we can definitely make a run, but I don't know. We just got to get our S&D up. Like, I think we were almost double positive in both game modes and just double negative in Surge, so it's really costing. And then plus the bubble teams that we're with have all beaten Splice, so that definitely doesn't help. But
well, you've got you have to play some of the top teams in Red Reserve, Evil Geniuses, but to kick off the week, it's going to be Team Kaliber. That you guys are going to play first. We'll transition that right into kind of talk about Team Kaliber, Kenny. You guys are 6-4. You've been an absolute monster. Sometimes it feels like you've just had to rely on somebody else to maybe keep up with you in a sense to get victories. But I guess what do you think is going right for the squad right now?
We're playing really good. Like, our S&D's been winning our S&Ds and our first hard points. It's really been our CTFs. Like, the last week we're up 2-0 on Splice and then like up 3-1 to CTF and just choke. So it's like it's more of us being greedy to get more caps and not playing for the win. And then we're up 3-0 versus Echo Fox.
Yeah, I saw Bryce smiling on the end there.
And honestly, should have pulled that out. But again, it's us being greedy for more caps and not playing for the win. And like against Epsilon, we like practice it and make sure that we didn't like do that again. So I think that's more of our like struggle right now. Not really struggling. It's more of us just playing really greedy.
Well, you're 4-6 in CTF, but that's 4-6 could easily be 6-4 if you just close out games.
Exactly.
And that looks a whole hell of a lot better. Well, Bryce, for you, how did you guys manage to pull off that comeback? Because you had to be thinking we're 0-3 down, 5 minutes left in Flak Tower, we're in trouble.
I don't think we like pulled off the comeback. I think they just up.
maybe that's what it was.
That was just terrible.
Yeah, it was.
3-0 on a Flak Tower?
On a Flag Tower.
You guys have streaks?
Yeah, no. Yeah, actually, Lamar used a streak to try to get a cap, and that blew it. And like I was like, no, don't use it. Like, and then Lamar's like, I'm gonna use the glide bomb. Like, yo, make the hero play in, and
I'm gonna have to talk to him about that.
Yeah. So we're using streaks to get to go.
Y'all are probably sitting back halftime chilling. This is a 3-0.
Right, y'all pulled, and then we got 4 down again. I was like, yo, I'm rapping back. I rap back. They pulled again. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, once we won that map, I was like, it's over.
Well,
that was crazy.
We'll transition that to Echo Fox in a way because you guys, I believe, were what 7th or 6th coming into last week.
Yeah, we were 7th maybe.
Yeah, I think 7th. You go 4-0.
Not in a good spot.
You're now in the top 2.
Yeah.
What started working for the Echo Fox guys?
Red Reserve choked, and then TK choked.
That helps, I guess. A little bit of assisted 4-0.
That's pretty much it.
But you guys, I mean...
No, literally Red Reserve, like, if Joe dives in this flag, like, they would have beat us first match, and we probably would have not, like, got on this train. But now we're on it, and we probably won't stop.
Right. You plan to just carry that momentum basically right into this week?
And then I pistoled JT.
Yeah, that was actually ridiculous.
Wait, that was actually ridiculous.
I felt like I got joked. Actually joked on land.
That was actually crazy.
The pistol, it has absolutely made some wild plays. But Decimate, the last team we're going to talk about, Red Reserve, they're sitting in first, 8-2. They should be good. But we have seen maybe crazier things happen. But they've won 64% of their maps. They've definitely been playing better as opposed to maybe slaying really well. Because they're not a team that blows teams off the maps, but they end up winning their series.
I would say they probably have the best teamwork.
Yeah, most
if they could slay a little bit better, I don't think anyone would be able to beat them.
Well, is it a play style thing that maybe they don't slay as well?
I think it's it's definitely just like probably talent. but they all try.
Yeah, I
actually,
feel that, but I don't.
I thought Straps would fix that.
Yeah, you're right. It comes down to like Joe. If Joe's on, they're unbeatable. If Joe's on, they're unbeatable. 100%. Oh, actually, Rated too.
Rated's definitely inconsistent on the. It's funny because he's inconsistent on the AR maps, but nasty on the sub maps.
He gets nervous.
Nervous? Oh.
You said Joe gets nervous?
He said
Rated gets nervous. He's gonna love that.
I know. He's gonna be so mad at me.
All right, well, I do want to talk about a couple, Max. So you got to throw a couple shots towards TK about choking. Now we're going to reflect back on a couple of Echo Fox chokes.
4P.
So we're going to reflect back on that. We're going to take a look at Game 1 and Game 4 Hardpoint Decimate. This is me from POV. So I went back, I listened to the comms. Let's kick it off with the Game 1 and kind of watch through this. We can talk over it a little bit too, but you guys came from down, 70 a couple times this game to bring it back.
JT can't be challenging that.
Nades.
Just hold.
Where did Chino come from?
I originally myself.
Fun dogs.
He's weak. He could have won off.
Wait, you kill him? Wait, I almost.
Where was Beard?
I gunned someone top too.
I almost clutched up right here. I pre-fired Kyler too, but he killed me.
Yuli wasn't supposed to go Beard right there. You should have went like water steps or like.
I gunned Donnie again.
I can't even hear what you guys are saying.
I can't hear. Okay.
Well, I can give you a guess what the bleep was. So that was the first game. Can you talk me through a little bit about that comeback felt like? Because you guys were, again, 70, 80 points in the hole a couple times throughout the course of that.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much you just play how you practice. It was obviously getting like a little bit more hyped up because it's just the end of like a big game, but you just fall back on what you like practice on and just fall.
Well, you did it once, and then Bryce, unfortunately for you, well, you did win this series, but they did do it a second time. So let's take a look at the Game 4 if we can. This is
this one actually.
the Valkyrie. Look at the score, man. You need 2 points in ventilation room.
Thanks.
No, like surprisingly, this hill's actually kind of easy to hold if you kill like the first wave.
Yeah.
Spawn like way out. You get a good hold.
There's a closet. Oh, Yuli.
I should have challenged.
Oh, Bryce.
When Nato died, I shouldn't have challenged.
When the other people died, I feel like Nato shouldn't even challenge. You guys should have just waited.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Nato went in for everything.
Yeah, both of us.
Oh, damn, should have played by Nick. Dang.
You can't even hear the
There it is
comms.
again.
Like, it's not even that loud. And everyone's just talking.
Well, yeah, it's everyone just like, screaming over each other, really, is what
But like,
it turns out to.
surprisingly, during the game, I was like,
Oh, after that, I thought we were done. I thought we were losing Game 5 for sure.
What was Game 5 again?
It was Valk again.
Oh.
yeah,
keep
we played them
putting us on Valk.
Yeah, we played them once before on that
That's
last
my
time.
map.
So you're saying in that moment, though, it didn't feel that crazy to you? Like the comms don't feel that wild?
I mean, I just said I understood everything.
I feel like
it
I
was
feel
still
like you can
crazy,
hear
but
everything.
I could hear
I got you.
everything like
Definitely,
clearly.
yeah.
Because to me, it
But,
sounds
like, during that,
sounds
I
like
couldn't hear
nonsense half the time.
Yeah.
Well, we might have seen the audio boost a little bit more, but
Yeah.
no, it sounded chaotic. There was a couple of crazy comebacks they were able to pull off, but obviously Echo Fox able to take the series in the end. But everybody's still in the hunt. All three teams here are still fighting. It's really just the only guys that are in trouble are Epsilon, and I guess you could say Splice more than likely. But we'll have to keep eyes on with it and see what they're able to do. Do you think the top 4 stays the same? Here is my question.
I actually think the top 4 is Red Reserve, us, and then these two. The only reason it might not be these
Who would
two
EnVy
is
have to? Who would EnVy have to hop? Oh, EG would fall out, right?
Yeah. EG would have to fall out, but the only thing that scares me is they play each other.
yeah.
So I don't know if like the numbers are gonna work out.
Yeah,
but
the numbers would work out if we beat them and then they won out as well.
Because I think when I looked at it, every team on the bubble plays each other.
If
We beat them and then they won every other match, it'd work.
All right, well I think that's gonna happen.
Nice try.
Wait, no, I think EG is gonna fall out, and then both are making
he said,
it.
he said he has to beat us, though.
Yeah,
And then you have to win
And
the
then we
rest.
have to win everything else.
Yeah.
So you think he's going to
you
beat
play
us?
Red Reserve?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Wait, what does that mean?
All right, it might be TK and then I'm JT's out. Sorry.
I feel that. I like
Well,
that.
hey, he's sitting in 5th right now. You guys are going to be the ones that have to kind of bring in the upsets. But we'll talk more about Division A. But I do want to talk Division B a little bit. We'll take a quick look at it. They're going to be coming in for their final 2 weeks here soon. And just to give you guys a refresher of where everybody's sitting, Rise in front, Optic, Unilad, and E United then there as well. But okay, I guess we don't need to really go team by team exactly. because we still have a week before they even get here. But with how well this particular division performed at Anaheim, when you saw teams like Tainted Mind go on a run top 8, Mind Freak go on a run into top 8. I mean, what? EnVy got you got 3-0 by Tainted Minds. Echo Fox got 3-0 by Tainted Minds. Like, they were coming out. They came out and axed half this desk.
Wait, I lost a Mind Freak too. I lost to both Australians.
Oh God, that is painful considering their history, at least how they've been performing in the Pro League. But what do you expect now as we come back for these final 2 weeks? Like, do you think maybe teams like Mind Freak, Tainted Minds got some, I guess maybe got a little bit of confidence or perform better?
Yeah, I mean, Tainted Mind's probably still done. Mind Freak's probably still done, but
Tainted Mind's definitely done.
They have upset potential now, which is scary. So those top 4 that are in there, I think it's going to be a mixed up, especially with Luminosity coming in at the 5 spot, and they're hot right now. I saw Formula and John played like 8 series the other day. They're ready.
No, they're going to be grinding, absolutely. I don't think I need to touch too much on these teams, to be honest with you, because we've still got some time till they come, and we will take a moment to look at like kind of a hypothetical playoff bracket here shortly. But for now, guys, we are just going to head to a quick break. We do have a lot of Division B to go through, kind of playoff matchup scenarios as well. Also, if you missed Treegate the other day, we're going to chat about that a little as well. We'll be right back after this quick break. Welcome back to Hot Mic. All right, we've got more to discuss, but I do want to look at Division A again quickly with regards to the schedule. So I do want to bring up the schedule just so we can talk about, well, your guys' matchups that are upcoming and all the chaos that's about to ensue as we do fight for top 4. So if we can, let's bring up the Week 6 schedule here for Division A and just talk through it a bit, because you guys have got some just crazy matchups. This will be the Pro League Declassified segment where we'll get through things. All right, so Echo Fox, you're going to what? Tuesday against Splice, Thursday against FaZe, Friday against Epsilon. Then for EnVy, you've got Tuesday TK. Thursday is going to be Red Reserve and Epsilon. Friday will be EG. And then for Team Kaliber, Tuesday you have your doubleheader with EnVy and Red. That'll be a tough day. Yep. EG Thursday and FaZe on Friday. So you guys have got it's actually crazy how many of these matchups are just huge in the scheme of things with regards to top 4.
Yeah, they all are.
Outside of basically the Epsilon and sort of, I guess, the red matches, but the red matches matter obviously if you guys can take a victory off them. But
yeah, I mean, we have the easier side.
That's true. That's true.
All right,
need to.
I mean, if you go 4-0 in a week, you're like
just in.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the 4-0
is crazy for a week. So,
well, considering how you guys have been playing in Hardpoint, but you went something from.
We're trying to win out, so.
Same.
It's possible. I think you all are.
Yeah.
No, I want to come in and lose that.
No. I was talking about like go 7-0.
Oh, you mean okay? No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like I didn't do like the hypotheticals. Like if we lose this match, I just want to win every match.
Yeah, so you don't have like other fate and other.
And it's hope for other teams to lose.
Dude, that's the worst when you're sitting there watching a match and like you have to hope someone loses or wins.
Well, that's the spot Splice could be in, or EnVy. I mean, honestly, all of you could be in that spot. Like, it's possible, just depending on how it goes. I actually want to take a look at. Basically, this is like our hypothetical playoff bracket. So this is if everything stays the same. Now, do any of us think that's going to be the case? More than likely not. Like, something's going to shuffle around. But I do want to take a look at it.
Oh.
So this is how it would look.
We stay with the gauntlet first, man.
Well, that's what happens when you're in 4th.
Oh, my God.
So being in 4th, very tough. So
wait, we did 3-0 them, though. Hold on. We did.
That's true. That's true. You did.
We might have to just keep that 4th and play them again.
You know what's scary? Pat versus Krem.
Oh,
that's true. That's true.
You never know.
That could be an awesome one. And then what I thought was really interesting when I looked at this, I was like, something seems off. I couldn't figure out what was like bugging me. And I think it was just because LG just got 3rd and them not being on there was weird.
LG's not in
but
here.
If they get in, they're more than likely going to bump United because United are 4th. So it might be Red LG first, which is a rematch of our losers bracket final we just had at Anaheim. So that's pretty nuts to kick things off.
That might go in LG's favor.
LG Optic
first round
semis.
Then LG Optic and semis.
That could be good. That could be awesome. So wait, where would you guys hop in then? Because you'd have to hop either TK. Well, more than likely probably 4th, right? So TK could move up to 3rd or something. You'd be 4th, so you might be playing Rise first round.
Unless they both get in and EG falls out.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I'll still be like 4th, right?
It depends on who wins out of
Well, if EG falls off that bat, I guess you could technically.
It's just all going to depend. There's so many factors.
No, there really are.
Like 2nd, apparently.
I just wouldn't want to be playing Rise first round. Well, actually, playing Rise on a Friday.
Yeah, you want to play them early.
Maybe that's where you want to play.
Playing Rise early is definitely way better than late. No doubt.
That's definitely
the recipe to success. Just playing them a little bit early.
I mean, they always lose early in full play.
At least the last couple events, yeah. But they've been able to go on a run and take it all. But the playoffs will start, July 27th. They're going to be at the MLG Arena here in Columbus. If you need any further information, you can check it out at MLG.com. But it's been obviously a long road here for Stage 2, all going to end with the $500,000 playoff. And then we're going to basically get into champs. You have, 2.5 weeks off when they're right into the big one?
Right.
Yep.
Which should be one hell of a time. Let's now hop into our player intel segment. We're going to have a little bit more fun and discuss some various topics. The first topic is going to be Treegate from yesterday. If you missed it, it was a very interesting time in a lot of our lives for pro players, pro player fans, and even for the commentators. I was completely confused. So let's bring up the first tweet that sort of brought everything in. So basically, Clayster tweets that there's more trees, that suddenly, they were added to the game. And just so you guys know how this went for me, I basically was watching the World Cup games. I went out with Ben, had some drinks. I was tired afterwards. I napped. And I wake up in I was middle of the afternoon. It's like 2 o'clock. And I look at it, and all of a sudden my entire timeline is just about these trees. The entire thing is about this. Faccento, what happened? How did you think this spiraled out of control so quickly?
The Mandela effect.
It was just one place. All right, we're gonna get to the Mandela feed. Let's go.
You know what? That one tree in the middle of Clay's tweet, I was like, that tree's never been there. I was convinced. I convinced myself.
You weren't the only one. Look at, can we actually pull up Nameless's tweet? He said there's a 1 kajillion% chance. So that tree by Cave is however many zeros that is not there. If we could find VOD of it, then there is proof we are living in a simulation. So this starts kind of the Mandela effect. And then even it got so far, Slasher, can we actually go to his tweet as well? He starts thinking we're living apparently in multiple universes, and one universe had more trees.
That is like the Mandela effect. Like the multiple universe thing.
I think
You're old enough for the Bernstein
Bears. That's one.
You're old enough for that.
I think the one that resonates the most with a lot of us is like
the trees. What you mean?
Well, I think it's like the Luke, I am your father thing.
Yeah.
And what was it actually? It's like, no, I am your father.
I am your father.
Yeah. Everyone remembers it as Luke, I am your father.
Nah, but that side of the map has legit been smoked out for like 3 months.
It has.
Just somebody smokes and no one knew where the trees were?
I just don't yeah.
I mean, I had to go in a private match and check.
I legit went to private match. I even brought up old VODs, and I was like comparing spots, and it was all the same.
Well, it was cracking me up because we were seeing, you had players like main ARs, like I know you're one, but Rated and Octane, like they're saying like I've been in this gunfight 5,000 times. That tree has never been there. Like people were absolutely positive,
convinced.
For those of you at home, the trees were absolutely there. But it was driving me nuts because I think about it from the developer side. Like I think about the developers trying to work with the pro players more, take your guys' feedback, and they're tuning into Twitter to see the feedback is that you guys have make-believe trees on the map. I would think every player's insane.
Did you see the other conclusions people came up to? They're like the trees got thicker, or there's more trees in the background. I was like, no.
Let's see what I wanted them to do. I thought it would have been so funny if somehow overnight they could have shifted all the trees.
Just to fuck, just mess with us.
Just move it a little bit so then everyone starts geeking out today. That's what I really would have enjoyed. You sat back and watched it. I don't think you really got involved in the conversation too much. What did you think was going on with the trees?
I mean, I said I went into private match. I saw it, and I was just figured I don't know, I must have just not been paying attention or something. There's just no way.
I think the first person I saw with that was logical was, I think it was Exotic pulled up a VOD and said, bros, they've been here the entire time. But so many tweets had everybody convinced.
Lightning Pandas, Karma.
You think Karma's going to Lightning Pandas? Where did that just come from?
Don't worry about it.
Is that the multiple universe timeline?
That's what happened yesterday.
Shift?
Oh.
Well, Karma said he's been feeling a little bit lost lately and wants to get back in competing.
LP?
Or something along those lines.
TL's hot. TL's hot.
All right, well, Bryce, explain the Mandela effect. Maybe for those people at home that don't really understand it, because I think you tweeted about it yesterday.
Yeah, it's when a group of people all have a false memory. Yeah, here it is, right here. The Mandela effect refers to when a large number of people share a false memory, originally attributed to the existence of multiple universes.
So this is what happened yesterday.
There's another universe where we're doing Hot Mic right now.
Right.
And Maven has hair.
That'd be an incredible universe. I probably have it spiked up, real long.
Yeah.
Filled with
like a mullet.
Gel.
Party in the back, business up front.
But I you know what I chalk this up to? I chalk this up to players being idiots.
That's probably
that's what I went with.
Wait, if Lamar says the trees were there, the trees were there.
That's right. He did say they've been in my forest since the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So Lamar
that was Lamar's forest.
The trees were there.
Is it Lamar's forest still?
It's actually my forest. It's been my forest since day one.
I saw
and
that.
nobody hit me.
I saw that LG match.
Yeah, exactly. My forest is mine. I had like 52 or something like that. Like that's my forest.
For the L.
And for the L. And it's like people don't even give me the props for my forest, but
I mean, they claimed it before you, so just kind of stuck.
exactly. But when they were claiming it, Lamar was going negative on the forest. I'm mind blown.
So it's your
We've
forest.
seen the VODs. We've seen the VODs. It's
We've
my
seen
forest.
it, cuz.
Exactly. We seen it.
I wish they would add more trees. Just
Add the trees.
That'd be so good.
Wait, more trees would be better.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
So you can cross. Actually,
Yeah.
that would be better. So you can
It's
cross.
so hard to cross.
People want to
it's
just
so
run
hard.
through no man's den.
I think that's like the point of it, though. Probably make it difficult just to fly into cave or something. Probably be more cave.
If they add trees, that'd mean less smokes.
We'd have
Or
more
just the same
more games going
Yeah,
to
right.
time.
But like, why
More
smoke
games
it?
going to time limit. Like everything going to time. Like cave be contested nonstop. I feel like
Nah.
if no one can get across, if everyone can get across so
I
easy.
feel like more like cave to spawn gun fights, something.
Right.
That's true.
People would just challenge out of cave
Yeah.
more.
All right, well, let's move on. We got some tweets we pulled from you guys too with some moments. Kenny, you tweeted this about Enable. I want to know what's going on here because Faccento's been tweeting out you've been tweeting out like a photo of Enable every other day. It feels like him and his sling just hanging out.
Updated progress.
Right.
Updated progress.
So what was this about? What happened?
Honestly, Ian's just my all-time favorite teammate. He's just like the funniest guy I ever met. So like, every time we're around each other, like with other pros, like they always just roast him. He's like, "Get off me! Like, get off my stagler!" It's just funny. And so like, we're just thinking about Ian. We're like, "Yo, where's Ian at?" And I'm like, "Bro, I'm tweeting him that y'all are roasting him. Everybody just tweet him." And so like, we weren't roasting him. It was just like a funny. We just wanted to see his response.
Well, what's it like? What's it like teaming with a guy? Obviously, he's been competing in competitive FPS for like a decade.
Right.
You're relatively new, at least playing at this level. It's gotta be nice to have someone with that much kind of experience, that relationship
Right.
with all the players.
Honestly, yeah, it's like he's a really fun teammate to be around, and so like he brings like that older like mentality like when it comes to like matches. So like during our matches, he just like brings like the sling. Oh
Bryce
my
can't even look
God,
at it without laughing.
Yeah, he just brings like an older mentality, like just like
I will say,
play the series out and just
he probably has like the best communication.
100% best communication
Yeah.
I've like ever heard.
Ever.
It's so easy for me on the map because like I want to say my communication like top tier because like I'm just focusing on my gunfights. So like when he's talking, it's easier for me to go slay.
Yeah.
And like know where everybody is.
Well, I know that was one thing. I remember I actually switched over from commentating Halo to Call of Duty. I switched over when Formal and Enable did, and that was one of the first things I remember them talking about was that they thought the communication was so poor in Call of Duty with pros compared to Halo. Like
I
the
played
communication
Halo,
was way different.
Crazy. It's actually
Oh yeah,
so
you
hard
played.
now.
You
Yeah,
played
it's
Halo
actually
for a year.
crazy.
You
Like
played Halo for a year.
Halo comms are crazy. Like COD is like not even close to Halo comms.
It's like weird to hear that there's that much of a difference between like two consoles.
It's because Halo takes more teamwork than like COD. Like Halo isn't really like
gun skill.
like it's not like individual.
You
would
can
say-
get away with less like comms and COD.
Halo players are more mature too.
100%.
Oh, that's a fight.
Yeah.
It's been around a little bit longer as far as the scene. You got a lot of
Yeah,
players like
exactly.
mid-20s
Stuff,
competing.
yeah.
Well, this actually kind of transitions me nicely then into Decimate. I want to talk to you about, this year. So you're the opposite of Enable. Like you're relatively new to the scene, but I've heard, I'm trying to remember who was like gassing you on our Hot Mic episode, but they referred to you saying how great your communication is for, kind of being new to the scene, how receptive you are to criticism, which is not really big amongst newer players.
Right.
I guess what has this first year kind of been like for you as far as playing at this level?
I think I've done like well in like aspects as a new player. I don't know if you'd like if you compare me to someone that's been around forever, like my communication would be good, but I think I've definitely like started out good for my first year playing. Definitely not how like I want it to be, obviously, but
Hey, I mean, think about it. You went from, we're talking, you played with Enigma 6, Doom, Era, Reckless, that whole kind of period you had with the Ricky, Pharaoh, Blatz, Devils type guys, and then suddenly you're on Team EnVy, one of the more storied organizations in the history of Call of Duty. That had to be pretty sweet to happen in, 6 months?
yeah, I mean that's like a good thing to happen, but just like the placings and stuff just wasn't obviously ideal.
Do you think since have you learned anything, any major takeaways since you've gotten on this EnVy squad and started competing at this level?
I definitely got a lot better at respawn and just communication in general. Like Cheen's really good. He taught me a lot like that I could definitely take away from this team. So got better as a player.
JT
but
got
just
his
not
chance.
piecing it together.
JT got his chance and he seized it.
Well, you got your chance, and now, you're saying that you still don't feel as good about the placings as maybe you could. So
Yeah, I mean that comes down to teamwork. I feel like I'm just getting better always, like as a player, but we're just not like piecing it together. Like I said, like our main problem is just search.
Well, we'll see if you can fix it with these final week, final kind of playoff, and then also into champs. But I'm excited to see what you can do. It's been great to hear kind of the positive comments about you just as a player, because we've had some young players come in the scene that aren't received as positively. Like, they definitely don't kind of excel as quickly as you have. So it's been very, very awesome to watch. But guys, we do really have just a final segment to get into. It is going to be the community comms, where those in the community fans are able to ask the players questions. We're going to get to it right after this quick break. Welcome back. We've just got a couple more segments here before we'll wrap up this episode of Hot Mic and get into the crucial matches here to close out Division A. But we do want to get to the community comms. You guys ask questions to our players, and let's get right on into the questions. I believe the first one we're going to have is going to be for Faccento, and this has been a hot topic. You're gonna hear a lot about it on a Trading Shots episode recently. It's been talked about on the COD competitive Reddit. A lot about this switch to the main AR role. What triggered the switch?
To make Aqua more comfortable.
Is that what the main thing was?
That's the only reason.
And how do you feel it's gone so far?
Positive.
Well, for you especially, like
4-0 in the week, and that's it.
Do you credit, I guess, most of the success to that change?
No.
I gassed him up. In Anaheim. He's frying since then.
No, I don't think so. I think we just kind of came together more as a team.
Because we had this debate
since the switch too.
We had this debate, Ben and I, about it, like how important it was. That way you're seeing success. And I just reminded him on Trading Shots. I'm like, dude, I mean, they got fourth before it. They didn't necessarily finish the same at Anaheim, but then you have the 4-0 week. I just think you guys have so much talent. For me, sometimes it doesn't matter what role anyone's in with you guys. Just when you're clicking.
Well, I've played literally every role this year. Like every role that is possibly like bitch player. Like try to like slay with the sub, didn't really work. A switch, and then main AR. I've ran them all. That's how it happens to me. It happens to me every year.
Jeez.
I play every role every year.
Well,
I feel like just with like their switch, like you just get like a fresh slate, so you feel like your team's vibes are just reset. You get like a reset.
It's like a honeymoon period, but like not with the team change.
Exactly.
Like I've teamed with Yuli for like 3 years. I personally have always thought that he's a better sub than AR. Like he's a playmaker. He's so good. With
he was. What was it? AW is when where he came on the scene. It was with the sub.
Yeah, he's so good with the sub.
I remember one thing that stands out. I'll never forget because that's when I first started to learn about Aqua, way back in AW. I remember thinking he looked like the most annoying player to play against because he was always that sub tucked away in a corner. Yep. He'd let two players run by, shoot them both in the back. Like for whatever reason, that is the single biggest takeaway of Aqua from all of AW for me. I kid you not.
I mean,
just him
so
playing
true.
sneaky.
It's so true though. It really is.
He does play really annoying.
Like he's in the most like you literally turn the corner, he's in a spot that you've never seen before every time.
Right.
He's so annoying.
Well, I feel like him with a sub though. I feel like it's easier to be annoying with a sub than it is
faster. Yeah, it is.
But it goes both ways. Like I don't know. Sometimes people are pretty annoying with that.
Well, probably when you're a sub player.
But in this game, I feel like the AR has to play straight up, like at all times.
You have specific spots you kind of have to sit in.
You have to play straight up, and he likes to play in like these quirky spots, and that just doesn't really work with the AR in this game.
Right.
Well, that's I know that's been even like a criticism of maybe Formal when he joined LG is like you just have to. You can't like be over aggressive as an AR.
He finally figured it out.
You have to post up.
To do is just post up aim and shoot people.
Yeah.
It's
kind
of scary.
Yeah, if you need to stand at that wood wall by cabin for 5 straight minutes, that's what you have to do. It might be frustrating at times, but that's how you're going to get the victory. But let's continue to move on with the questions. So Decimate, I don't know that I firmly understand this question, but for Decimate, why do you play COD with your monitor beside you? Now, I did notice you sit like crooked sometimes. Like, is that what this is referring to, or?
I just put like my monitor just off to the side a little bit. I don't know. It just feels like it's just like more centered for me. I don't know. I've always done it.
Oh.
So it just
like I feel like
instead
not
of being
the
straight on,
monitor's more
just a little
centered,
bit off.
but the gun is more centered.
Oh, okay.
Just to, like you know what I mean?
Wait, what's your dominant eye?
My right eye.
Yeah, that's probably why. Yeah,
that makes sense.
That's so strange.
Yeah,
because I know a couple times they go to the like we'll laugh about the player cam sometimes because sometimes somebody's way up here, someone's way down
that's
here.
Honestly probably
someone's
what it
face
is
in
like,
the screen, and then yours always just seems a little bit shifted.
No, because like my vision, my left eye's like really bad. I feel like, but not with glasses. But like at home, I play without glasses and stuff, so I just got used to it, I guess.
Oh, I bet you that's exactly what it was if you were playing without glasses. Yeah, it's probably smarter to play with your glasses on. I imagine
so I can actually see. Yeah.
Suddenly, it's shifting your entire setup there. Well, that was interesting. I saw a tweet. I was like, I kind of feel like I understand what this guy's saying, but I'm not entirely sure because I'd never actually walked up and seen how you were seated. All right, for Kenny.
Right.
Why do you wear a bandana on your head is what came up. I realized the last time we had you on, we didn't really talk about the powers of the bandana too much.
I haven't been wearing a bandana lately, and I've been actually playing really well. But I feel like
You see like a rabbit's foot?
cool.
Like a left-
No. The bandana, okay. The bandana was the bad. It was like the counter to your bad juju. It was like, yo, I'm gonna start running a bandana because we've been losing, so maybe like something need to switch. Wore the bandana, wasn't doing good. I mean, I was playing good, but like the teamwork was just not there. So like,
Piece me with the bandana.
no, I didn't. I didn't have the bandana. See?
Take the bandana off then.
I thought
I
my
only wear the
curse.
bandana for fashion now. Like my hair, like right now, is
Fashion?
oh, don't zoom in. My hair is like trash. Right now.
My curse had to have been revoked once the team change happened. So now it's on you.
No.
Now you can win. How do I revoke it?
You can't revoke
I take it from
You gotta wait till the game's over. I win champs. It's over. It's over.
Okay, all right. So once you guys win again, well, I take it back.
Okay,
Team
well-
Kaliber can win an event.
Oh.
This is me sucking in the juju. That didn't sound good.
Wait.
That
Wait,
didn't sound good. All right, so Division A, we've got 1 week left. Let's take a quick look at today's schedule as we've got some incredible matches here. It's starting with Echo Fox versus Splice, EnVy TK, Epsilon Red Reserve, EG FaZe, and then Red TK. I know the one that stands out the most to me on paper is EG FaZe, because if FaZe get that win, things get interesting. But is there anyone else here that really you're looking forward to?
Real interesting.
Well, TK's got
I mean,
two
TK
matches.
lose
Yeah.
to Red. Actually, wait. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't really matter, I guess. Yeah, I want to lose to Red. Lose to me, too. And then FaZe beat EG, yeah.
EG, FaZe, and EnVy all want TK to go 0-2.
Well, that's actually, so that is a big day for you, Kenny, because
Yep.
if you lose to EnVy, that puts a ton of pressure on that red
Exactly.
match.
Yeah. And if you win, you're coming in ready.
If we go 2-0, we're like, let's go. Like we're just set. I mean, we're not set, but like that's
happy.
wait, that's
You're
way,
in a great spot.
yeah, exactly. That's
And
way
one thing that I think looks good for you, and we've talked about at times, like you have EnVy, which is like more of a tune-up. Red plays Epsilon. So like I feel like you've got a little bit more of like a, I don't know, like a tough match to sort of bring into that.
Yeah.
If you lose, it's a different story.
It is a different
More
story.
intense match.
So is it everything for you, that first match, kind of just get the vibes going, get the victory?
If we win that match, I'm not saying we are, but like, if we do win it like 3-0, that definitely is like a confidence booster for us going into red. So like, if we go close, like game 5, round 11, that's kind of like suckish. Like that brings the vibes down. Like round 11, even winning round 11 brings the vibes down. So like, and losing the match will bring the vibes. I think yeah, that does bring the vibes
what?
down. If you get a close match and you barely win it.
Wait, but around
A dub
11,
is a
that's
dub.
hype.
No,
A dub
that's
is a dub.
like a sigh of like, wow, we almost choked that. Like why?
I kind of get that.
You know
I
what I'm
kind of
saying?
get that. Like a win's a win.
That's not good going into the best team in the division right now. You see what I'm saying? Like that's not a good
yeah,
that's not
I
a
mean,
good
if you
win.
6-0, like,
Right. That's not
Okay,
a good
I
win
got
going
you,
into
I
the
got
red.
you,
You
I
see,
got
that's
you.
what I'm saying.
Well, all right, and then for Decimate, you're obviously playing TK. That's your big match tomorrow. What are you guys watching scrims tonight? Getting prepped for it? Scrimming a little bit here at the arena, or what are you guys doing?
Yeah, we're
to get
definitely
ready?
going to scrim in the back shortly, so try to be ready for that match.
Because you need to. What do we decide? You basically 3-1 gets you in. 2-2 is a little bit scary, and you play Epsilon. It's like TK. I mean, you get this victory here. You're
Our biggest matches are probably like EG and TK.
Yeah.
Like if you're looking at the week.
Well,
You guys play FaZe? You already played FaZe.
We already played FaZe.
Yeah, you guys beat FaZe, right?
Yeah.
Yes, beat FaZe, lost the Splice. That's the one that's
That's the
probably
dagger.
gonna haunt you a little bit. Yeah,
Epsilon's beating somebody.
that'll be the dagger. That'll be the literal
Think so?
dagger if that comes.
Yeah, I think Epsilon's beating somebody.
Well, we already
So,
played them, so
who
they can
do-
beat you.
So Epsilon has, just as a reminder, who are they playing? They've got Red. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Splice wouldn't be that big of a deal. So it's EnVy and Echo. So those would be the two spoiler ones, EnVy and Echo. You're both here. I hope.
I think we'll win that.
I hope to God it comes down to you have to beat
Me
Epsilon
too.
to get in, and it's this crazy like game 5 match.
Oh, my.
You versus Reedy, round 11, 1 versus 1.
Bryce
Bryce got that.
Bryce is winning those.
I win my one.
Actually, no, you lost your 1 versus Lamar, so you
I
might
technically
not
beat you in that one with the pistol, but
Dude.
just didn't.
He drop shotted me.
He did drop shot.
That
That was actually
his
insane.
hip fire connected.
Yeah, that was actually insane.
I technically beat you.
Wait, did I tell you about that?
No.
After I lost that 1v, was it to go 5-5?
Yeah.
I literally I punched the shit.
Wait, that
out
would
of
have been my
vest.
fault though, because I died to
I
you.
was so mad.
You harnessed your inner Pristini and just
Yeah.
started-
Yo, I died to you, and Lamar's like, "Where's the bomb?" I hit square, and I was like, "Bro, I don't know where the bomb is." Lamar lost full. I was like, "Bro, I don't know where the bomb is."
I knew you chased me. That guy.
Yo, I know. I came through closet, and I was like, "Yo, he had to push you fire." Lamar, he's like, "He didn't come fire." I was like,
Easy
"Well, I
peasy.
don't know where he went." And then you shot me in the back. I was like,
Where'd
"Bro."
you go from?
He went through like front fire and then went into bomb. Like came into bomb and came behind me closet. And I was like, "Bro, you didn't see him?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Where's bomb though?" I was like, "I don't know where bomb is." Bro. He
That's
lost full.
amazing. But no, I'm really excited. Like this is, trust me, I love my job. Commentating is the most fun thing in the world, but like there's nothing better than when it comes down to this final week and you've got all these teams just lumped up in the middle. It's going to be amazing. But hey, thank you guys so much for coming on Hot Mic. Good luck to each of your matches, because could all three of you come out in the top 4? Yes, but it is going to need some magic for that to happen, that's for sure. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let's get into the matches here for the CWL Stage 2 Division A.